Hi, we're Coheed and Cambria. This is Fuse on Demand. Get it when you want it.
You belong to the gang, and you say you can't break away, but I'm here with my hands on my heart.
Yeah, my name is Colin Malloy, and I play guitar and I sing.
My name is Chris Funk, and I play guitar and a bunch of other stuff.
He's a multi-instrumentalist. The name of our new record is The Hazards of Love. All of the songs run together. It's sort of one suite all together, and it's kind of a narrative based on recurrent motifs, archetypes in old, ancient folk songs. Some of the motifs, you know, there's a Margaret and a William who happen to be kind of the every man, every woman, the Romeo and Juliet of old folk songs. So there's tons of Margarets and Williams in folk songs, and they all kind of stand for the same star-crossed lovers, you know, sweethearts who are divided by some sort of conflict, some sort of barrier. So that's kind of the crux of the story. I don't feel like we've ever felt confined, like we should be only making one kind of music. We're certainly fans of all sorts of music. I think that the material just lent itself to this nice pairing between, you know, sort of delicate Baroque folk music and like sludgy metal. And I think that even though people might think of them as being separate, but I think that they kind of go together. We did a shorter version of this in 2004, an EP called Attain, which owes a lot to, you know, early Sabbath. You know, we've done this sort of thing before. What are you most proud of?
Wow, what am I most proud of? I'm most proud that we finished it, because in the studio, there was moments where I was like, I don't know if this is all going to come together or not. You know, seeing Colin come to us with this idea and having it conceptualized and realized and finished is in itself, you know, something I'm really proud of.
When we decided to do it, you know, there was a certain amount of, well, okay, you know, this is sort of a choice that we're making, and it's certainly not going to open us up to a new wide group of fans. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's a challenging record. It's something that we really wanted to do because it was fulfilling to us. And I think as long as you're following that, you know, that impulse, then you can't go wrong. That's the inspirational word of wisdom for the day. The short-phased Hovel tour. All right, the concept of the tour is that we're playing the whole record all the way through, start to finish. And Becky Stark and Shara Worden, who do some of the female voices on the record, will be coming out and doing their parts as well. The record lends itself to it. All of the songs run into each other and are reliant on, you know, the songs that are around, that border them. We've been playing some of the songs out of the context of the record, and we can do that, but it's really fun just to play it all the way through and have it be kind of that experience.
I think indie's become this new label, like alternative rock. I think music just shifts, you know, so these bands attract greater following. I think it's great in comparison to some of the stuff that's, no offense, on the radio that I listen to on commercial, heavier stations maybe, that I don't really care for. So it's exciting that bands are getting that sort of recognition on their own now.
You know, thankfully, I think we really benefited from the advent of music piracy. Early on, when we just didn't have the kind of the scope and distribution, I think that there was a certain amount of word of mouth that was helped along by the fact that people were able to trade songs. I don't feel like we can say anything negative, because I think it was, in the end, music piracy was very helpful to us. Not that we condone music piracy, which we don't. No.
No.